Welcome back. A few weeks back, I watched this Vijay Amarraj being introduced to the Tennis Hall of Fame. And as I was watching his acceptance speech, my mind went back to something I'd read like maybe decades back. When Vijay Amarraj started playing professional tennis, and he was playing the junior Wimbledon, I think in '73 or something like that. There was three people who were called as the future ABC of tennis. So A was for Amarraj, B was for Borg, and C was for Connors. Of course, the B and C went on to become kind of all-time greats, with Borg winning continuously 5 Wimbledon titles and I think 6 French Open titles. While Connors, when he retired, had the highest number of first-class tennis crowns. Maybe that would have got broken today by Federer or Nadal or Djokovic, but at that point when he retired, he had that record with him. But Vijay Amarraj probably didn't really reach up to those levels, though I wouldn't say he didn't have a good career. He had a good, successful career, but not to the levels of what Borg and Connors achieved. But once he retired, he started out the Vijay Amarraj Tennis Academy, and almost all the stars that India has seen in the last maybe 2 or 3 decades are products of that academy, like Leander Paes, Brian Lombardi, you name anybody, all of them are products of that academy. So probably since Vijay Amarraj came from India, which was much more, not even to the levels that we are today, and probably he didn't have the facilities, probably didn't have the money. The reasons could be unfold, and I am not probably the right person to talk about it. But somewhere along the way, probably he didn't realize his potential or his actual passion or his actual purpose was in creating those, line of champions that he did later on. I also watched this movie a couple of weeks back, which talked about, I think it's called 90 Minutes in Heaven or something like that, which is actually about a pastor, a very young pastor, very friendly, very purposeful, always trying to find solutions for problems, who, while returning back to his family, in the evening, I think it was raining or something like that, gets into a very bad car accident where he's badly hit. And the first police officer who reaches the spot checks his pulse and says he's dead. So, if you have a dead person in a car wreck, obviously the first priority is to move the car and get the traffic back on, right? So, the police person was focused on that. So, after an hour or so, another pastor drove down and he's told the police officer, I'm getting this intuition that I need to pray for him. So the police officer said, Sir, I don't think there's any point in you getting it. First of all, the car is in a bad shape. You will not be able to even reach out. And I don't think he's got any, even his head is broken. He's in a very bad shape. But still, since the second person kept on insisting that I'm getting this intuition that I need to pray for him, he smuggled him and he could actually just squeeze in and touch his hand because the car was so bad. So he just held his hand and he started singing some hymns which was very popular at that point of time. And after a couple of minutes, the pastor who was supposed to be dead started singing along with him. So he called out to the police person, and the police person came out and touched his pulse and said he's got pulse now. And then okay, then it follows a series of. But the accident was so bad that it took him years to really recover. He had lost, I think, part of his left leg, part of his right arm, his back, a lot of things. The recovery was very slow. It was so bad that at some part of the treatment, he just wanted to just die. He would stop breathing, saying that I just want to die. I can't take this pain and this suffering anymore. But at later point in time, he starts narrating his experience in the 90 minutes where he was supposed to be dead. What he actually saw and what his experience and all that. So at a later stage, at the end of the movie, the person is based on a real life story. He that became his purpose at the later on in his life. So what normally happens in our lives is, if you're good at something, we think that is our passion. So if you're good in maths, you think your passion is engineering. If you're good at biology, you think engineering, medicine, or that is the way we work. And we get into something, we're thinking that is our passion. Very often what happens is when we get in there, sometimes it is not what we expected, it's something very different. But we, probably the job is very good, or it's very high paying, it's very comfortable, the returns are very different, we continue staying in it, that becomes a mission for us. We keep on doing it because of maybe various reasons which are satisfying some of our needs or various other things. But sometimes, like we saw in these two cases, the actual purpose might be something totally different, which a lot of us might not even become aware of in our total lifetime. So, in case you would like to read more about this passion and mission and purpose, I would request you to please visit my LinkedIn page, Rijo's Business Bites, or my website, rijofrancis.com. Till we meet next time, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.